Hello everybody, my name is Christian, and today we're gonna be hopefully doing a bit of a faster video about the same thing everybody else has talked about once or twice by now. MOC and endgame content in general. I'm just gonna get straight to the point here, since you've clicked the video, you kind of know what you're here for, you probably have all of your own thoughts and opinions, like, oh, all of you are just having skill issue, or, oh my god, this is the hardest thing of all time, this is so dumb, blah, 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 blah. So we're just gonna get straight to it. I'm not changing anybody's mind here. I'm just here to talk, man. So, essentially where I'm gonna start with this is just the fact that a lot of people in my Discord server, or just people I know, have been struggling with a lot of the recent Memory of Chaos, Apocalyptic Shadow, and Pure Fiction. Me personally, Pure Fiction is my greatest enemy, and someday I will see it slaughtered for its crimes, but that day has not been today. I'm at 11 stars in the most recent one, and I'm too lazy to try and get any better, so, oh well. So, the big thing with just endgame content in general, and we're gonna start with MOC, was a few updates ago, the HP inflation reached a absolutely massive amount more. HP went up an insane amount, and I believe there was a statistic essentially saying that this MOC 12, or the last, or no, it was this current MOC 10 has more HP than MOC 12 from like 3 updates ago. Yeah, so that's insane. And truth be told, I really don't think that it's wrong to kind of be ticked off about that. That is an absolutely insane buff, and just an insane number to jump from, when that was the absolute pinnacle of content just a few updates ago. And I know it's like, oh, well, we gotta keep advancing, keep improving, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, that's kind of insane, honestly. Because also, the problem stems from the fact is that a lot of people still just want to use their favorite characters, but some of the characters are really gonna struggle to do what you want them to do. Obviously, the main exception to this is characters like 4 stars. If you're clearing with only 4 stars, you're doing it specifically for the challenge of it, so I have no issue with that. But people playing older characters, they just want to play their older characters sometimes, and increasing the HP inflation so much more without updating mechanics makes things a lot harder. Obviously, they've said that they are hoping to make additions or changes to older characters, and I'm still really excited to see what that is, but those don't exist right now. So looking at the state the game is in currently, clearing the hardest level content with a lot of that can be hard. And not hard in a good way, but just hard in a completely frustrating way, because you're just slamming your head against the wall hoping. Like, one of my friends, he was very upset with just MOC and everything in general, because he has teams that he really likes of relatively recent characters that really just weren't doing the job for him, and it kind of just sucked, because it's like, it felt like you have to pull characters that you don't really enjoy to just get the best out of your one team, because then if you don't, your characters are all already going to be outdated that quickly. I don't think it's quite to that level. However, in the last MOC before this current one, following the release of the Herda and Aglaya, I could not get 12 stars on MOC. I just could not. I tried my absolute best, and I think I got 14 cycles left. That was my best. Sometimes it really is just hard. Truth be told, it really is just hard, and it's just kind of not fun in some cases. And especially, it does feel like you do not have the same leeway nowadays. It feels like your characters need to be in a great shape if you want any chance of really beating anything. And I get it, that's how it should be, but also, you also need to have all the characters. And that issue is kind of coinciding with the difficulty of these, is the fact that a lot of characters that are good for each other are all being released back to back to back to back, which is almost impossible for any normal player to actually succeed with. Because let's say you wanted, like, the best, we'll say Aglaya. If you wanted the best Aglaya team, you would need to get Sunday, then you need to get Aglaya, then you need to get, like, probably Tribby, because Tribby is just incredible, or you would need to get Huohuo if you didn't already have Huohuo. It's a bit annoying how they're doing that, and that could be a whole separate topic. But going back to the actual hard content, it just kind of sucks the way that they do it. Because now, looking at Apocalyptic Shadow, moving on from just MOC, looking at Apocalyptic Shadow, it is completely designed for Herta. And, you know, I get it. You want to promote the new characters. That's fine. That makes sense. However, the buffs in the first half against the goddamn bug are relating entirely to erudition. And then the next one is specifically for physical characters. I'm going to be honest. What? Having that specific of buffs, that's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Because now you are hard focused into like 3 options at most. I don't remember what the last buff was. I'm pretty sure the last buff was a bit more universal, so it could help you with anyone else you're running. But those first two are so unbelievably specific, and it really, really kind of brings down a lot of other team options. Because of the way that Apocalyptic Shadow works, there's a huge damage reduction. So even if you're doing massive damage, you kind of rely still on those buffs you're getting from those free effects. Me personally, the first half of this Apocalyptic Shadow was the hardest one because I have Aglaya, so the second half was pretty easy since Fantalia, you know, her whole thing is you have to get rid of the Lotuses first, but because Aglaya is multi-target, there you go. That's it. It's really not that hard. But the first half, I used my Firefly team because that is my next best team, and it worked out in the end. But also, I'm running a Firefly team that is going to be like Firefly, Fugue, Ronmei, Ling Sha, so I get the 3 Fire Girls with the Fire Implant with maximum weakness break efficiency to even try and deal with that fuck-ass bug. And again, it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit annoying how specifically tailored even the effects are to just the recent characters. Because let's not even get started on MOC. MOC, I appreciate it, but specifically 20% energy regen and your Memo Sprite gets to move again immediately. Huh. I wonder who that is specifically tailored to. Now, I will say, it was nice. I would have been perfectly fine on all of my energy stuff without it when I was running Aglaya. And the extra garment maker attacks didn't do too much, but it still adds up. And again, it makes it easier for me just because I got the newest character. And, you know, I get doing that to some degree because you want to incentivize people to get that new character. But I just don't think it was ever at the level that it's at currently. I feel like Star Rail has definitely gotten a bit worse about it, and it's just, you can see it's really starting to piss off a lot of players, just the state of all this hard content, because it feels more and more like, alright, well, time to swipe, or you just gotta wait until the next one when you're gonna get the character, and then there you go, then you can get your 12 stars, and it's like, alright, well, that sucks. Just plain and simple, that sucks. There isn't really much to say else. Like, they have kind of worked on changing the HP inflation at least a little bit, which is much appreciated. But overall, there just isn't much you can do to fix this particular issue. And it's just like, I don't think it's exactly a skill issue either. I think it's also just, it's kind of just a mutual thing where it's like, yeah, players could just be a bit better, I guess, but also I feel like Star Rail is just doing things very unfairly or raising to unproportional standards. There's a whole other mess to kind of address with that, but again, specifically talking about the hard endgame content, that's kind of the extent of my thoughts. It's just, there isn't much else to say. It's just kind of sad. I'm really hoping that they dial back the HP inflation a little bit, while also giving old characters buffs, because I know a lot of people who would just love to be able to use their favorite characters again in a meaningful way. But we'll see how well that actually plays out. But I want to have a good bit of faith in the team because they've been doing good things recently. And at the same time, they've been doing a few things that are not as great in public perception. Still monitoring that Casterus situation. But again, I'm going to just bide my time. We're going to see how this turns out. I have faith, so we'll see. We'll see. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I don't know. This one isn't really my area of expertise, but I felt like it was probably good to at least acknowledge it a little bit, because I know a lot of people who have wanted me to talk about it, and also a lot of people who have been struggling with all these hard endgame modes. So wanted to get it out there. Just, you know, you're all not alone. You aren't alone. With that out of the way, that's gonna wrap up the video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. I got more videos coming out soon, a lot more rant type videos, and I'm still actively working on the next few scripts, so we'll see how long those take. But the next one should be about hybrid characters in Star Rail. I hope you all look forward to that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. I missed.